John, it's been quite the run that you're on right now, man. I got to ask, what do you think the key is to this winning streak that you put together?
I think one thing I changed a lot is I drill so much more now. We used to spar a lot, and that was great for getting my timing down and everything, but I drill my stand-up so much more. I drill my wrestling, and I drill my jiu-jitsu. So I think I'm a little sharper with everything than I used to be.
This feels like a big fight, I think, too. You know, as you've been building up, this seems like the moment that I think people have been looking forward to. Does this feel like a big fight for you?
Yeah, absolutely. When I saw Lovato get into Bellator, one of my first thoughts, I could see that being a fight, down the road. We're both big jiu-jitsu guys. And then, he's just knocking people down one at a time. And then, after he fought my buddy Honeycutt, after that fight, it was pretty clear to me, like, it just makes sense for us to fight. We were both getting ready to go to the ADCC World Championships, or I think just getting back from, like, it just makes sense for us to fight, at this point, and I like the Bellator's made it happen.
Break him down. I mean, as you said, I think people look at him primarily as this great, jiu-jitsu player. But what do you think? What's been the key to success? What do you see in him?
Obviously, being a guy that's in the jiu-jitsu world, I've known who he is for a long time because of that, because of how good he is in jiu-jitsu, and because of he places or wins just about everything. And in my mind, when he got into Bellator, I was like, okay, he's just a jiu-jitsu guy. His first fight, he fought a guy who was like 5'8", and you need him in the face, of course, That didn't really surprise me. But then, like I said, Chris Honeycutt's a friend of mine. I've sparred with him a lot. I've trained with him a lot. And I was in Honeycutt's corner for that fight. And seeing that firsthand, that, Lovato's not afraid to stand and strike. And he has solid striking. It, really opened my eyes. And I'm glad that I was there for that, to see that, this is a guy that's not just one-dimensional. And he knows how to wrestle. He knows how to defend takedowns. And he knows how to strike. So he's a well-rounded guy. And I think, it's time for me to, I fought Kendall, who's a well-rounded guy. I fought Halsey, who's a well-rounded guy. And a lot of people in my career. But, my last fight, the guy was pretty much mainly a striker. So this is interesting to be able to use every aspect of my skills again.
Both you guys definitely are well-rounded fighters, but I think most fans are like, sure would like to see those two on the ground. So I'm just curious, when you go into a fight like this, do you have to be careful? Because I can see, the right approach is you just take what's there, right? But does part of you kind of go, I sure would like to go to the ground too, man. This would be some fun.
Absolutely. Early on in my career, my second pro fight, I fought Roberto Traven. And he was, world champion jiu-jitsu. He was ADCC champ. And, I was very new to the sport, and I fought him. And I was kind of the joke I had with everybody, like, man, I kind of want to prove that I can survive on the ground with this guy, but I'm not going to be dumb. And, I knocked him out in the first round. But this is a different time in my career where I can go to the ground with these guys. I am that level in jiu-jitsu now. So I'm not afraid to go there. And I know that a lot of people are wanting to see that high level in MMA and see it work against another high level guy. So, I'm not afraid to be there with him.
The middleweight division's looking pretty strong right now, but he thinks if he beats you, he gets a title shot. Are you looking at this fight the same way? Do you feel like if you beat him, you should get a title shot?
Yeah, I try not to think too far ahead, but I think he's right. The winner of us, you look at Brandon Halsey, he pretty much ran through this division until he got body kicked in a fight that he was dominating. And then I dominated him in a round, didn't get hit. Then you got Kendall Grove, who's another tough guy, and I go out there and I finish him in a round. I think I'm definitely right there on the cusp, and I got to say the same thing for Lovato. What hasn't he done to impress everybody? So I definitely think the winner of this fight should be getting a title shot. But right now, I'm just focused on this fight.
You mentioned there's a lot of possibilities here, as you guys are well-rounded. But when you play this thing out in your head, how does this fight go down?
As you can see from my career, I'm a big finisher. I like getting out of there as soon as I can. But this is one of those fights that I have a hard time seeing a way that there's a finish. Could be, and I'll be very happy with that. But I see this being a 3-round, hard-fought fight that I come out on top of.
Cool. And then just give me your quick thoughts, first impressions on Boise and this venue in general, having like the hotel connected directly to the arena. It's got to be nice.
Man, there's a lot I like about this. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina, where we just got washed away from hurricanes. So I had to come out early to make sure we didn't get stuck. So I came out on Friday, And we loved it. Boise is a beautiful place. It's the weather's amazing. Did a little hiking earlier out when we got here, but really enjoying Boise. And the fact that we've got an arena hooked to the hotel is just amazing. There's nothing worse on fight day than getting in the bus with a bunch of fighters. Everybody's just miserably, nervous, and that's not a fun ride. So it's nice to be connected to the venue.